Hello everyone, peace be upon you all. Welcome to the third video about Aristotle's metaphysics. In this video, we are going to start with the third section. The role of substance in the study of being qua being. The categories leads us to expect that the study of being in general, being qua being, will crucially involve the study of substance. And when we turn to the metaphysics, we are not disappointed. First, in metaphysics, I think this is gamma, Aristotle argues in a new way for the ontological priority of substance. And then in books Zeta, Eta, and Theta, he wrestles with the problem of what it is to be a substance. We will begin with Gamma's account of the central place of substance in the study of being qua being. As we noted above, metaphysics or first philosophy is the science which studies being qua being. In this respect, it is unlike the specialized or departmental sciences, which study only part of being, only some of the things that exist, or study beings only in a specialized way, for example, only insofar as they are changeable, rather than insofar as they are beings. But being, as Aristotle tells us in Gamma 2, is said in many ways. That is, the verb to be has different senses, as do its cognates, being, and entities. So, the universal science of being qua being appears to founder on an equivocation, something that has many meanings, that has the same word but multiple meanings. How can there be a single science of being when the very term of being is ambiguous? Consider an analogy. There are dining tables and there are tide tables. A dining table is a table in the sense of a smooth, flat slab fixed on legs. A tide table is a table in the sense of a systematic arrangement of data in rows and columns. But there is not a single sense of table, which applies to both the piece of furniture at which I'm writing these words and to the small booklet that lies upon it. Hence, it would be foolish to expect that there is a single science of tables. In general, that would include among its objects both dining tables and tide tables. Tables, that is to say, do not constitute a single kind with a single definition. So, no single science or field of knowledge can encompass precisely those things that are correctly called tables. If the term being were ambiguous in the way that table is, Aristotle's science of being qua being would be as impossible as a science of tables qua tables. But Aristotle argues in Gamma 2, being is not ambiguous in this way. Being, he tells us, is said in many ways, but it is not merely what he calls homonymous. What? Homonymous, i.e., sheerly ambiguous. Rather, the various senses of being have what he calls a proshen, ambiguity. Rather, the various senses of being have what he calls a proshen ambiguity. They are all related to a single central sense. The Greek phrase proshen means in relation to one. Okay. Aristotle explains his point by means of some examples. In other words, it has one sense but multiple uses. This sense can be used in multiple ways to refer to different meanings. Aristotle explains his point by means of some examples that he takes to be analogous to being. Consider the terms healthy and medical. Neither of these has a single definition that applies uniformly to all cases. Not every healthy or medical thing is healthy or medical in the same sense of healthy or medical. There is a range of things that can be called healthy: people, diets, exercise, complexions, etc. Not all of these are healthy in the same sense. Exercise is healthy in the sense of being productive of health. A clear complexion is healthy in the sense of being symptomatic of health. A person is healthy in the sense of having good health. But notice that these various senses have something in common: a reference to one central thing, health, which is actually possessed by only some of the things that are spoken of as healthy, namely healthy organisms, and these are said to be healthy in the primary sense of the term, such as calling a person healthy. Other things are considered healthy only insofar as they are appropriately related to things that are healthy in this primary sense. The situation is the same, Aristotle claims, with the term being. It, too, has a primary sense as well as related senses in which it applies to other things because they are appropriately related to things that are called beings in the primary sense. The beings in the primary sense are substances. The beings in other senses are the qualities, quantities, etc., that belong to substances. An animal, for example, a horse, is a being, and so is a color. Example, white is a being. But a horse is a being in the primary sense. It is a substance. Whereas the color white, a quality, is a being only because it qualifies some substance. An account of the being of anything that is therefore will ultimately have to make some reference to substance. Hence, the science of being qua being will involve an account of the central case of beings, substances. And here we reach the end of the video. Thank you for watching and see you next time.